Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I'm coming at you with another one of my Robotech RPG Tactics updates. As you know, Robotech RPG Tactics is coming out real soon. They're getting geared up for Gen Con, and then about that same time, they're going to be shipping out their product that we kickstarted about 2 years ago. Finally, we're going to get to see it. It's going to get in our hands, and we're going to do Project Update 152, and you can read this yourself if you go to robotechgamecenter.com. And here we go. Let's kind of just, it's a brief one. This is going to be pretty quick. It's short. Okay. This is Wayne, and he's saying that he mentioned last week that he'd ordered boxes for shipping. Okay. Now, you have to understand that different people are going to be getting different packages and different quantities, so they wanted to have enough different sizes of boxes so that they could ship them more conveniently, I guess. He had ordered boxes, and well, those boxes arrived Tuesday, and just look at them. Okay, this is that's Alex, but take a look. Those are all shipping boxes. Okay. It looks like they got a pretty large warehouse. I mean, this, you know, and I don't know if that's their shipping and receiving way over there. Pretty sizable amount of boxes. I think they're going to need more than that. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I don't even know. But now it certainly makes an impression. Yeah, that's quite a few boxes. When just the flattened boxes to ship the goods takes up a whole semi-truck trailer themselves, yeah, that's impressive. Okay, here's a few questions answered. A few questions. What is our replacement policy? Okay. If you get an item with a defective or missing part, just let us know, and here's the phone number. You can also email them at kickstarter@palladiumbooks.com, or just about any other method of contacting us. Okay. We plan to put some images of each sprue on our website with the parts numbered to make it easier to communicate. So you can say, now like on some, that's interesting that they're going to have a picture of the sprue with each part numbered. There's a lot of models that I'll get that actually have these little tabs by the sprue that tell you what the letter or the number of that part is, so that when you're going through the construction, you can actually say put A to B, put slot A into tab B. And these I don't think are going to have that. The sprues are too small for that. But unfortunately, they're not going to have a pamphlet or a book explaining that. That's something that's going to come out on their website that you're going to have to view later. Okay. So I'm kind of disappointed about that, because how am I going to put these things together? Pretty much I'm going to have to guess. I'm going to look at an instruction pamphlet, and I'm going to look at the sprues. I'm going to say, it looks like these two parts go together. Now, don't get me wrong. I know I'm intelligent. You're intelligent. We'll figure it out. We're going to figure it out. It's going to be easy. But what if you've never watched Robotech and this is the first time you've ever gotten into a miniature game? Or what if you're 12 years old and this is something that you're excited about? Come on, guys, Palladium. You're going to have to start maybe for wave 2, wave 3, as you continually get this game better. You're going to have to include a little pamphlet or a little brochure inside the box that explains how to assemble these models. Okay, it doesn't have to be detailed. It can just be a picture showing all the parts going together. But gotta have to have something. I understand that you're already working on something like that. I can't really complain positively or negatively until I actually get the box in my hand. Once I get the box in my hand, then I'll do a thorough review. Okay, shipping in the EU. Okay, and VAT. Back when they started the Kickstarter. They have a company in the UK that's also going to ship to Europe. Okay, they have basically a group of guys in the UK that are working on this, and they're going to ship to the European backers from there. I guess VAT. I'm guessing VAT is kind of a it's a tariff of some kind for shipping overseas. So by shipping from the UK into the EU, they're going to be able to avoid the VAT fees or custom fees. Okay, for other international customers, we'll do what we can to ease the pain of customs and U.S. postage. Okay. What order will we be shipping in? Okay. When we export backer data from the backer kit system, it includes a unique ID number based on when the backer's account was created in the backer kit. So I could have been the first one to back, but as soon as they opened up the backer kit, if everybody jumped into the backer kit that minute and I took an hour or two, I might be the last guy to get my package. That's what they're saying. So I don't know. Even though I think I got into it maybe that week. I mean, I didn't like pounce on it like some people did. Well, that's unfortunate because I backed pretty early on. And but that's okay. That's okay. I mean, how else are they going to do it? They got to have some way to figure it out. Okay, that order seems to coincide roughly with the order of when pledges were placed, perhaps affecting by any delays in Amazon's attempts to process the credit cards. Whatever the factors involved, all things being equal, orders will be processed roughly in order of the ID number. It should be. I think it should be when you backed. But I understand that that's not what they're going to do. They're going to take when you actually built your kit. Yeah, okay, whatever. However, in many cases, all things will not be equal. In order to make our shipping more efficient and avoid errors as much as possible, outgoing packages will be grouped into like orders as best we can. That means, for example, all packages containing just the main box will be placed at the same time. Basically, I guess that's going to make it easier for them to box them up. They'll just say 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, 4 box, instead of saying, okay, this guy needs a box, and he needs a Zentradi kit, and he needs the Destroids. Okay, what about the next one? Well, he just needs the box and the Destroids, and then the next guy, he only wants the Zentradis, or whatever, And so by taking the similar boxes and grouping them together, I think that'll speed the process up, because I used to sell stuff online, and it was very easy for me to say, okay, this guy just wants a Thompson, and then this guy just wants a Thompson, this guy just wants a Thompson, and now this guy wants the Wii 1911, this guy wants the Wii 1911. It was so much easier to do that than to say, well, this guy wanted a Thompson, and then this guy wanted a Wii. Okay, let's get a different box out. Let's, because it's going to be shipped in a different size box, and then, yeah. So, and all the packing material and everything, I use different types of packing material for different types of loadouts in the boxes. So I assume something similar like that will happen at Palladium. So they're going to want to do like boxes together. And I fully understand that. Okay. Once that's done, then we're going to group all the packages, just the main box and a battle foam bag. Most of these groups will be small enough that the order we pack them in won't matter much, because they'll probably go out all on the same day. In order in which most packages will be shipped will depend on which products we have in stock versus which ones we're waiting for in the next container to resupply with us. Okay, so basically, if they only got the items that go in the main box, books, counters, dice, Veritechs, Destroids, and the Zentradi pods, anybody that has that is obviously going to go first. But if you have that extra model that you're supposed to be getting, like a Max or a Myria, or maybe maybe not those as an example, but something that will be released in Wave 1, but they just haven't received the models for yet, you're probably not going to get shipped until the Wave 1 models come in. That's kind of what I'm guessing. But I would say it's all going to happen within the same week. I would say they could probably mail everything out in the first 2 weeks. I'm just guessing. Okay, One thing I can say for certain, as despite some have feared or suggested, we absolutely will not take into consideration backers' vote on the Gen Con poll. I don't really know what that is, or critical comments or anything of any sort. Okay, so what they're saying is, whether you like the game or not, that's irrelevant. Whether you have a channel like myself and I talk, I pump this game up, does not help me at all. There's other guys out there that'll slam the game. That doesn't hurt them at all. They're ignoring all that. They're going strictly by the numbers, which is kind of cool. All right, and that was basically update 152. What they're saying is they've got their boxes, they're ready. Now, this is something that I want to just rehash from previous video. They said that by the end of July, maybe the 1st of August, somewhere in that neighborhood, the packages should be arriving in California. And then the models, that is, the sprues, should all be in California by the 31st, which is past, and they didn't say anything about that. That scares me. And then the warehouse, Palladium warehouse, where they're going to assemble all these box sets and get them mailed out, they're supposed to receive that by, would they say, the 10th? About 10 days later, they said. So that by the 14th, they will have already started cranking stuff out. I'd like to know, I'm sorry I didn't hear this from today's post, but I wish they would have said, yes, we've received the sprues in California. They're going through the process of getting re-shipped, redirected or rerouted to our assembly warehouse. Yeah, but they didn't do that. So that kind of scares me. Like maybe they're behind schedule a little bit on the shipping. We don't know. We don't know. Maybe they just forgot to say it because the boxes in their warehouse was such a big event. When they finally got their boxes, that was exciting. So they thought, let's go put that out. Everybody will like to hear it. But then they totally forgot about the other news that we wanted to hear. Okay, well, that was the update for Robotech RPG Tactics, and I appreciate you guys coming out and checking out this video, and I'll catch you next week.